time for everybody right now. But let's quiz 50 questions in front of us. We'll do, as always, 30, then take a break, and then come back and do the rest. So we'll kick off with entertainment for you this evening, as we always do, starting with this. Number one, when Doctor Who returned to screens in 2005, who played the Doctor? So when Doctor Who returned to screens in 2005, who played the Doctor? Oh, that's quite cute. Anya calls Maltesers small geezers. I like that. It's quite cute. Number two, what was the name of the character John Travolta played in Pulp Fiction? What was the name of the character John Travolta played in Pulp Fiction? Number three, Travis released the song Turn in 1999, but which Britney Spears song was on the B-side? So Travis released the song Turn in 1999, but which Britney Spears song was on the B-side? Number four, Ian Sterling is the narrator on which TV program? So Ian Sterling is the narrator on which TV program? Number five, Finding Dory was the sequel to which film? So Finding Dory was the sequel to which film? Number six, UK dance act Bus Stop released Kung Fu Fighting in 1998, but who recorded the original? So UK dance act Bus Stop released Kung Fu Fighting in 1998, but who recorded the original? Number seven, Great British Bake Off originally started on which UK channel in 2010? So the Great British Bake Off originally started on which UK channel in 2010? Number eight, how many times has the UK won the Eurovision Song Contest? So how many times has the UK won the Eurovision Song Contest? train. I don't even know if the microphone picks that up anymore. Number 9, which American medical drama series starred George... That's spelled badly wrong. Hold. There we go, that's better. Which American medical drama series starred George Clooney, Noah Wyle, and Alex Kingston? God, last time I spelled him as George Clone. Which American medical drama series starred George Clooney, Noah Wyle, and Alex Kingston? And finally, number 10, who is this? So who is this for number 10? So round 2, I've gone with which decade. You've probably seen across all of the news some of the incredible things that you actually look at what's happened over the last 70 odd years. And as I was going through, I thought, actually, there's some of these incredible things, but I was trying to play the game as to what decade they were in. Some of them were quite tricky, so I've gone ahead and formulated this into my own round. So all you need to do, all these next 10 things that are coming up, 10 events, just need to decide which decade they occurred in. There's nothing before the 50s, just to clarify. Some of the decades are repeated. Number 1. The first successful clone was created in which decade? So the first successful clone was created in which decade? So in which decade was the man first walks on the moon in which decade? So man first walked on the moon in which decade? Number 3, in which decade was the fall of the Berlin Wall occurred? In which decade? So the fall of the Berlin Wall occurred in which decade? Number 4, world's first commercial jet service began in which decade? So the world's first commercial jet service began in which decade? Number 5, Hong Kong returned to China from the United Kingdom in which decade? So Hong Kong was returned to China from the UK in which decade? Number 6, the Vietnam War ended in which decade? Vietnam War ends. Number 6. Number 7, the UK hosts the Paralympic Games for the second time. In which decade? So in which decade did the UK host the Paralympic Games for the second time? Number 8, Bitcoin launched in which decade? So Bitcoin launches in which decade? Number 9, JFK was assassinated in which decade? So JFK was assassinated in which decade? Finally, number 10, the first female UK Prime Minister was elected in which decade? So the first female UK Prime Minister was elected in which decade? Right, we'll finish off then the first part of the quiz with blockbusters for you. 10 of these random style questions as always for a Saturday night. Kicking off with this, number 1, what sea is a sauce traditionally served with turkey? The food, not the country. What sea is a sauce traditionally served with turkey? Number 2, what S is bratwurst a type of? So what S is bratwurst a type of? Number 3, what V is the London terminus for the Gatwick Express? So what V is the London terminus for the Gatwick Express? Number 4, what B was the name of a darts-based TV game show? So what B was the name of a darts-based TV game show? Number 5, what D does the meat venison come from? I think we've got incoming as well. What D does the meat venison come from? Number 6, what B was the bank that first used an ATM in the UK? So what B was the bank that first used an ATM in the UK? As predicted, here comes incoming. Hello. Oh, come on, say goodnight quickly. No, don't come up.
What guys?
Say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
Come on, off you go. Silly. Bye-bye. Number 7, what H has variations Tangfastics and Malwam? So what H has variations Tangfastics and Malwam? Oh, too far. Number 8, what M has the shortest coastline? So what M has the shortest coastline in the world? There we go. Please move my chair. There we go. Number 9, what M has applications Word, PowerPoint, and Excel? So what M has applications Word, PowerPoint, and Excel? And finally, number 10, what K has models Sportage and Rio? So what K has models of Sportage and Rio? Together. Okay, so we kicked off tonight with entertainment. 10 random entertainment questions, starting with this, please. Hello. There we go, number 1. When Doctor Who returned to screens in 2005, who played the Doctor? It was Christopher Eccleston. Number 2, what was the name of the character John Travolta played in Pulp Fiction? It was Vincent Vega. Number 3, Travis released the song Turn in 1999, but on the which Britney Spears song was on the B side? It was Hit Me Baby One More Time. I think it's Hit Me Baby, and then in brackets one, or that's in brackets. But you don't, yeah, as long as you got that, it's fine. Number 4, Ian Sterling is the narrator on Love Island. Number 5, Finding Dory was the sequel to Finding Nemo. Number 6, UK dance act Bus Stop released Kung Fu Fighting in 1998, but it was Carl Douglas who recorded the original. Number 7, Great British Bake Off originally started on BBC 2 in 2010. Number 8, the UK has won the Eurovision Song Contest 5 times. Number 9, the American Medical... I'm not changing that now. The American Medical Drama Series starring George Clooney, Noah Wyle, and Alex Kingston was ER. And number 10, who is this? That is Terry Wogan. Round 2 from... Whoa, too fast. Round 2, which decade? Number 1, the first successful clone was created in the 90s. In the 90s. In the 90s. 2, first man walked on the moon in the 60s. Number 3, the fall of the Berlin Wall was the 80s. Number 4, the world's first commercial jet service began in the 50s. Number 5, Hong Kong returned to China from the United Kingdom in the 90s. Number 6, the Vietnam War ended in the 70s. Number 7, the UK hosted the Paralympic Games for the second time. It was 2012. So it was 2010s is the answer needed. But just so you know, so it was 2012 it was the London 2012 Olympics where the second Paralympics Games was held. They co-hosted it, or Stoke Mandeville co-hosted it. I can't remember which year it was now, with an American city. And because Stoke Mandeville is very much considered to be the birthplace of the modern Paralympics. And so that was, even though it was co-host, it was still classed as hosting. So yeah, the second time was 2012. So 2010 gives you the point. Number 8, Bitcoin launched in the 2000s. It was 2009. I thought it was into the 2010s, but no, 2009. Number 6, JFK was assassinated in the 60s. And number 10, the first female UK Prime Minister was elected in the 70s. Blockbusters then. For you, number 1, what C is a sauce traditionally served with turkey? It's cranberry sauce. Number 2, what S is a bratwurst a type of? It is sausage. Number 3, what V is the London terminus for the Gatwick Express? It is Victoria. Number 4, what B was the name of a darts-based TV game show? Bullseye. Number 5, what D does the meat venison come from? It is deer. Number 6, what B was the bank that first used an ATM? It's Barclays. Number 7, what H has variations Tangfastics and Mau Wow? It's Haribo. Number 8, what M has the shortest coastline in the world? It's Monaco. Number 9, what M has applications Word, PowerPoint, and Excel? It's Microsoft. And number 10, what K has models Sportage and Rio? It is Kia. So there you go. That's your first 30. I've gone with one of the easy ones that I've got on my current active list of upcoming connections rounds. Let's get into it. Number 1. What name is given to a US 10-cent coin? So what name is given to a US 10-cent coin? Number 2, what animal is called the king of the jungle? So which animal is called the king of the jungle? Thought someone was trying to take my rubbish bin. Number 3, what describes an amount of money placed on the head of someone wanted for capture? So what describes an amount of money placed on the head of someone wanted for capture? Number 4, what is known as the red planet? So what is known as the red planet? Number 5, a meal eaten al fresco, usually as part of a trip or excursion, is called a what? So a meal eaten al fresco, usually as part of a trip or excursion, is called a what? Number 6, in New York they are yellow. In London they are black. What are they? So in New York they are yellow. In London they are black. What are they? Number 7, complete the phrase, it's a what, not a sprint. So complete the phrase, it's a what, not a sprint. Number 8, what is the name of a building or room for processing, storage, and distribution of milk and milk products? I don't know why I've written it like that. What is the name of a building or room for processing, storage, and distribution of milk and milk products? Yeah, I know, right. Okay, so the previous question, I've done that I did that deliberately to make it a bit of a curveball. That's why. Don't panic. I've not lost plot. It is still called that in some places, though, just so you're aware. But I did that for... I did it to make you all think. Number 9, what word is missing from the Star Wars opening? A long time ago in a what? Far, far away. I did say this wasn't difficult tonight. So what word is missing from the Star Wars opening? A long time ago in a what? Far, far away. And as always, question 10, what links all of the answers together? So what links all of the answers together for number 10? Right, finish off then with general knowledge, 10 random questions for you. This first one is very apt, and I thought it was very fitting, not just for everything that's going on at the moment, but also for us as this quiz community. Number one, which classic board game did Queen Elizabeth II reportedly ban from the royal household? So which classic board game did Queen Elizabeth II reportedly ban from the royal household? Number two, the logo for which popular app consists of a white telephone in a white speech bubble on a green background? So the logo for which a popular app consists of a white telephone in a white speech bubble on a green background? Three, Southwark is a borough in Southwark is a borough in which UK city? So Southwark is a borough in which UK city? Number four, the Dark Destroyer was the nickname of which boxer? So the Dark Destroyer was the nickname of which boxer? Number five, what is the capital city of Malaysia? What is the capital city of Malaysia? Number six, who was Prime Minister when Britain joined the European Union? So who was Prime Minister when Britain joined the European Union? Number seven, what is the second most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere? So what is the second most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere? Number eight, apples and pears is Cockney rhyming slang for what? So apples and pears is Cockney rhyming slang for what? Number nine, whose artwork shredded straight after it had been sold? So whose artwork shredded straight after it had been sold? And finally, tonight, number 10, number 10, live well for less. Which supermarket's slogan? So live well for less was which supermarket's slogan? Okay, if you head on to the same US 10-cent coin, it is dime. Number 2, which animal is called the king of the jungle? It's lion. So all these questions have sort of doubled up in a roundabout way tonight. And number 3, what describes an amount of money placed on the head of someone wanted for capture? It is bounty. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. Number 4, what is known as the red planet? It is Mars. Number 5, a meal eaten al fresco, usually as part of a trip or excursion, is called a what? It is picnic. Number 6, in New York they are yellow, in London they are black. It is taxi. Number 7, complete the phrase, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It is still called marathon in a few countries, in my defense. And also I couldn't really do Snickers, and I was running out of chocolate bars, so that's why I went with marathon. You kind of knew where I was going with it, and it didn't affect the connection. So, but yeah, it is still called marathon in a few countries. And number 8, what is the name of a building or room for processing, storage, and distribution of milk and milk products? It is old. There we go. Dairy, not diary, dairy. Number 9, just thank my English teacher for all of my spelling mistakes, etc. Number 9, what word is missing from the Star Wars opening? It's a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And what links them all together when it comes to life? There we go. Chocolate bars. They're all chocolate bars. General knowledge then to finish off. Number 1, which classic board game did Queen Elizabeth II reportedly ban from the royal household? It was Monopoly. Number 2, the logo for which popular app consists of a white telephone in a white speech bubble on a green background? It's WhatsApp. Number 3, Southwark is a borough in which UK city? It's London. I'm coming to raid your fridge, Roxy, if you've got some dairy milk in your fridge. Number 4, the Dark Destroyer was the nickname of which boxer? It was Nigel Benn. Number 5, what is the capital city of Malaysia? It's Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Number 6, who was Prime Minister when Britain joined the European Union? It was Ted Heath. Number 7, what is the second most common gas in the Earth's atmosphere? It is oxygen. Sorry, Sarah was asking me what I wanted to eat. Number 8, apples and pears is Cockney rhyming slang for what? It is stairs. Number 9, whose artwork shredded straight after it had been sold? It was Banksy. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Knew it was something supposed to do. And number 10, live well for less, was which supermarket's slogan? It was Sainsbury's. Right, we're going to have to potentially go classic here. If it wants to work. I haven't written you a tiebreaker. Dear. Oopsies. Right, let's go on to that one there. No. Oh, no. I haven't written you a tiebreaker. Alright, I'll go with mark yourselves that one there. Battery. So what is the length in millimeters of an AA battery? Very good job. I can think on my feet at times, I tell you. Okay, nearest to it gets the point. The answer is 48. So an AA battery is 48 millimeters long. Ooh, we're in the end